In the vast wilderness of Africa, survival is not a privilege, it's a daily battle. Every animal fights for life, for food, and for family. But among all creatures, one stands as a symbol of strength, courage, and motherhood, the lioness. Tonight, her courage will be tested like never before. For days, she has hunted without success. Her body grows weaker, but her resolve grows stronger, because she is not hunting for herself, she is hunting for her cubs. The cubs nuzzle her belly, emitting soft mews of hunger. The lioness stands, a quiet, exhausted roar leaves her throat. She must find food whatever the cost. She begins to walk into the tall grass, leaving her cubs hidden beneath a bush. But fate had a cruel test waiting in the shadows. The grass sways gently as the mother lion moves silently through it. Her paws barely touch the earth. She sniffs the air, searching, sensing, hoping. Suddenly, a rustle, a vibration in the ground. A strange sound, sharp, rhythmic, unfamiliar. In the clearing ahead stands a giant African-crested porcupine, spikes raised, defensive posture, thousands of quills shimmering like white daggers. The porcupine, one of Africa's most underestimated creatures. Slow, gentle, but armed with a fortress of needles capable of crippling even the fiercest predator. The lioness, starving, desperate, and thinking of her cubs, steps forward. The porcupine stamps its feet, warning. The lioness circles, her instincts torn between fear and necessity. A single mistake could be fatal, but hunger is merciless. She leaps. The porcupine spins violently. The quills explode outward like a burst of white lightning. The lioness lands on top of the creature, and then comes the scream. A deep guttural roar filled with pain. She stumbles backward, her face, her paws, her chest covered with long black and white quills, some buried shallow, some driven inches deep into her flesh. The porcupine escapes into the darkness, waddling away unharmed. The lioness collapses, panting, shaking, blood trickles down her muzzle. One moment of desperation, one miscalculated strike, and her world descended into agony. She tries to stand, but pain sears through her body. She falls again. In the distance, her cubs cry out. The cubs peek out from the bushes, calling softly. Their mother tries to answer, but her voice breaks. She limps toward them, dragging her injured paw, quills rattling with every step. She collapses halfway, gasping. To a mother, nothing is more painful than being unable to reach her children, and for these cubs, she is their whole world. The cubs run to her, rubbing against her bleeding face. They don't understand why she roars in pain when they touch her. They only know she is suffering. Night deepens. Hyenas howl in the distance. The lioness forces herself up. She must move. She must protect them, but her vision blurs. Her legs fail. She sinks into the earth, unable to continue. Darkness consumes the savanna. In the dim moonlight, a small wildlife rescue team drives across the reserve in a dusty jeep. Flashlights sweep across the grasslands. Inside the jeep, radios crackle softly. Keep scanning. A wounded animal was reported near the northern ridge yesterday. Tracks show a lioness with cubs. If she's injured, we must act fast, they continue. Scanning the terrain. Suddenly, one ranger points ahead. Stop. There, movement. The jeep halts. In their headlights, they see the lioness, trembling, barely breathing, quills embedded deep into her skin. The cubs cling to her, terrified. This is bad, very bad. Prepare the tranquilizer. We need to move quickly. The rangers step out cautiously. A wounded lion can kill in seconds if startled. They spread out, moving slowly, speaking softly. The lioness lifts her head weakly. She wants to defend her cubs, but she is too weak to rise. Pain has defeated her body, but the fire of motherhood still burns in her eyes. The team leader raises the tranquilizer rifle. His aim is steady. The dart finds its mark. The lioness's head slowly lowers, and she finally succumbs to a deep sleep. Now the clock is ticking. The team rushes in. First, they gently secure the cubs, placing them in a warm, safe carrier. Then they turn to the mother. The scene is heartbreaking. Quills cover her face, chest, and paws, some piercing deep into muscle and bone. Using pliers, they begin the painstaking process of removing each quill, one by one. The work is slow and delicate. Each quill pulled out is a victory, a small step toward saving her life. As the last quill is removed, they treat her wounds with antiseptic, knowing infection is the next great enemy. Her life and the future of her cubs now depends on their skill and dedication. They prepare to transport the family back to their rehabilitation center, where the real journey to recovery will begin. This battle is far from over. In the fading light of the savanna, a desperate battle for survival is about to begin. A mother lioness, her face a horrific mask of porcupine quills, is cornered. She's weak, in agony, and her two small cubs huddle behind her, terrified. Her only crime was defending her babies from a porcupine, and now she's paying the ultimate price. A team of wildlife rangers has tracked her for hours, and now they have one chance to save her. Easy girl. We're here to help. The soft whisper is barely audible as a tranquilizer dart finds its mark. The lioness lets out a weak growl, her eyes grow heavy, and she collapses onto the dry grass. Her cubs cry out, nudging her, trying to wake their mother from this sudden, deep sleep. With the lioness sedated, the rescue operation begins. The rangers, working under the cold moonlight, kneel beside her. Medical kits are opened, flashlights cut through the darkness, revealing the full extent of the damage. Her face is a forest of quills. Some are 6 inches long, others are buried deep into muscle, threatening infection. And a slow, painful death. These aren't coming out easily, one ranger says, his voice tense. We need to be gentle. Another adds, if one breaks inside her, she might get an infection. Steady hands, everyone. The team begins the painstaking process. Slowly, carefully, they pull out one quill at a time. Each removal causes a fresh trickle of blood. The cubs watch from a safe distance, trembling, their small eyes wide with fear. Every quill they remove is a step away from death and a step toward life. The minutes stretch into agonizing hours. Sweat drips from their foreheads, their hands ache, but they do not stop. This lioness is fighting for her cubs, and the rangers are fighting right alongside her. They pull quills from her face, her paws, her chest, and even from inside her gums. The damage is severe. Suddenly, a ranger checks her breathing. She's weakening. We need fluids, Asha for line. A needle is carefully inserted into the lioness's leg, starting a life-saving drip. Her chest rises and falls. Rises. And falls. And then it pauses, a long, terrifying pause. Musa, her heartbeat slowing. The panicked whisper hangs in the air. A ranger presses his ear to her chest. Stay with us. Stay with us. They begin massaging her chest, stimulating her muscles, working faster to remove the remaining quills. Just when hope seems to fade, the lioness moans softly. She's still alive. Hours later, as the first rays of dawn appear over the horizon, only one quill remains. It's a deep one, embedded just above her eye, dangerously close to the bone. This one. If we pull wrong, one ranger starts. We don't have a choice, another replies, gripping the quill with sterile pliers. He takes a deep breath and pulls. It slides out. Blood runs down her cheek, but the danger is finally over. The team cleans her wounds, applies medication, and checks her vitals. Her heartbeat grows steady, her breathing deepens. As the sky turns a soft pink and birds begin to sing, the lioness's ears twitch, her eyes flutter open. She lifts her head slowly, groggy but alive. Her cubs, who had been curled together in fear, suddenly race toward her. They mew loudly, climbing all over her, licking her face. The lioness gently touches each cub with her nose, a mother's gesture of pure comfort and love. After a night of pain, fear, and uncertainty, a mother is reunited with her children. Life has returned to her eyes. She stands wobbly at first, then strong. She looks at the rangers, a silent acknowledgement passing between predator and human, a bond of respect. Then she turns, nudges her cubs, and walks into the rising sun. In the wild, every creature has a story of courage, sacrifice, and survival. This mother lion faced death, not for herself, but for the lives that depended on her. And the heroes who intervened reminded us that compassion knows no species, and that every life, big or small, matters. Sometimes all it takes is a few brave hearts to turn a tragedy into a miracle. And today a mother lives, her cubs live, and the savanna roars with life once more. Thank you for watching. If you were moved by this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more incredible wildlife rescues.